The following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. Home ownership is key to building a strong financial foundation, but getting started can be costly, especially in a competitive housing market. So parents, if you're looking to help your adult child purchase their first home, listen up, because joining us today to walk us through some of these great tips are Luke Fleck of Eastern Title and Settlement, Matt Leiva from the Real Estate Group of Keller Williams Realty, along with Carey Riel from the Mortgage Link, who also has our program or deal of the day, Carey.
Deal of the day, yeah,
Okay.
Deal of the day. We're going to focus on some adjustable rate mortgages right now.
Okay.
Fixed rates are getting a little bit high. Adjustable rate mortgages starting to come back into the arena, which is great. We've got a 6.25%, 1 3/8 points, with an APR of 6.4 and a 5/1 ARM, and that's for a loan amount up to $2 million with 80% loan to value. So adjustable rate mortgages are something to consider now if you are considering living in your property for a shorter period of time.
For a lot of us, we look at the numbers.
And you don't know what they are, and
how do I interpret this? How are you helping people who come
Well, I'm telling people to watch the State of the Union so that maybe the president can help reduce the rates, right? Isn't that what we're talking about?
We were just talking about that before the break, yeah. This is a big topic today. A lot of children or adult children would like to purchase their first home. Matt, I know you're here to help us out with this. For parents who are saying, maybe I could help my child out, where do they start?
Yeah, sure. So I think one of the biggest problems we're looking at is every year in this area, prices are just skyrocketing, right? And even on a slower market, we're going to get 2 to 4% appreciation a year. So just natural appreciation of value. So my feeling is, why not start early? Parents with really young kids, now's really a good time to maybe buy an investment property that you can just hold on to, have your tenants pay your rent. With maybe older kids, a lot of times kids now, they go to college, they come back, what do? They rent a place in Arlington or DC. And a lot of times those properties aren't really that nice and they pay a lot for them. Why not help your son or daughter buy that property, be the landlord, and there's ways to kind of recoup your money down, that sort of thing, but maybe help them beat that appreciation by 4 or 5 years where they would otherwise be renting.
Carey, when you see people, taking loans and things, how does this impact?
Well, Matt brings up a very good point. We're always trying to figure out, how do you take advantage of the real estate market? And for children just out of college or those in high school, there are different ways that you can go about doing this. Like Matt said, you can purchase a property as an investment property, have your children on deed and title. Later on down the road, they can convert into their primary residence, move into it, and then they've got a property that probably has seen soaring appreciation, especially in this market. And then, directly out of college, the children can be the borrowers. They may not have the income they need, but if you bring them up right, you teach them about credit, they'll have good credit scores. You can qualify with your own income for them. They've got a primary residence, they've got good interest rates, and then you can help them manage that property. You can help with a gift, and you can create a really good investment for the child, and talk about generational growth. That's one way to achieve it.
Yeah. Luke, when you're in the closings, are there a lot of times first-time home buyers are there with their parents who are some part of this as well?
I've seen quite a few of those, actually, especially in this current market. People are having their parents co-sign for them and help them qualify for that loan to get it to be the principal residence. So, you do see a lot of it, but, sometimes you see those young millennials coming in and they're making that home purchase themselves, and whether you can set your kids up for it or whether they're ready to do it themselves, like they said, with the appreciation on the properties right now, is a good time to get in on it.
Okay. Matt, why should maybe a parent who's out there listening and saying, should I help my child, or is this something they need to do on their own? What would you say if this is important, right?
I think that the reality of our situation is that with prices continuing to go up, it's going to become more and more difficult for those kids out of college in their first job to actually be able to buy their first home. So you're not doing it for them, you're helping them get a head start. And I look at some of the things maybe we spend on for our kids, weddings, first car purchases, that sort of thing. Why not reinvest that money into a property that is inevitably going to pay for itself? I'm not a big understander. I don't really understand how the stock market works. I know that you can buy stock and somehow you make money on that, but I understand when you buy a property and renters pay you for it, that's a very simple transaction to where you have an asset, it's being paid for, and it's actually increasing in value over time. So it really is a smart financial decision, and we have a lot of different ways where we can structure it so mom and dad don't feel like they're maybe giving everything away, and that their child needs to kind of work to earn some of that maybe down payment back. But again, can you get them started 4 to 5 years early?
Yeah, they take on the responsibility
longer-term
too.
plan.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
This was a fun topic. I enjoyed this. I know a lot of my friends are listening. Let's take another look at the deal of the day, because you can call now to take advantage of this offer that's on your screen. The number to call is 833-MTG-LINK or visit the mtglink.com. Also, be sure to follow the Real Estate Top Performers on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home in today's market.